Welcome to Chantanjali Art, home of Nothero the Cryptwalker and Springball, available in the link below. We come to you live from the heart of Lovecraft country, and we would like to take this moment to ask you to do us a favor.
If you could please hit the like and subscribe button located down below, it would be most appreciated.
Quite right, Mother. Thank you for your thoughts on this matter. We do hope you will join us for the rest of the episode, and if not, do hit that like and subscribe button. It would mean the world to us.
And now, on with the show.
You're now entering the domain of paint and canvas. The only limits are those of the imagination. New possibilities will emerge with every brushstroke, and the paint thickens.
What is up, everybody? From the heart of Lovecraft country in the birthplace of American religious liberty, my name is Chantanjali. You're watching Chantanjali Art. Welcome back to the horror of painting. We're going to be doing some cool stuff today, but I wanted to also tell you some of the craziness of stuff that's been going on with me, and I hope you all enjoyed seeing the For the Fans Fest trailer that I'm so excited about that convention. I can't even tell you guys. I hope I'm going to see you guys there as well. Mrs. Njetti and I already have our hotel reservations all set up, and we are ready to rock and roll. We're going to have a table there and everything. So thank you guys. Thank you to Matthew for reaching out to me about it and everything like that, and could not be more excited. And also want to give you guys some of the craziness of other stuff going on. But let's see who we've got here in the house. We've got my brother Mark's Music Obsession. What's up, Mark? And God bless you on this fine Sunday. It is great to see you here, my friend. Infamous Mr. Cursed, 100%. That was the goal with it. And of course, there is Matthew Rumor of For the Fans Fest right there, so he can always answer more questions if you guys have them. But I hope the trailer really gives you guys a flavor of the place and the flavor of what we're going to be doing there. It is such a cool location. And so thanks again to Matt for putting that together for us. We appreciate it so much. Cursed Art Creations, how are you doing? I don't know if Little Miss E gave you a follow, but she was checking out your stuff and loves it. So she was really excited about it. Of course, there's Past Master Dan, OG. What's up? Mark is celebrating 34 months of membership. The work looks amazing as always. Have a great Sunday, everyone. You too, brother. Have a blessed Sunday. And let me get you some cheerleaders while to send you off if you're heading out this Sunday. And congratulations on 34 months of membership, man. OG. And there we are, guys. There we are. So I'm gonna let me tell you guys a little bit of the craziness that's been going on. So let me see here. So it's it's really funny because I'll have to. I mean, it's not really funny, but the main thing to stress before I continue talking here is that I am all right. The news will be. I mean, when I talk about stuff, people. I want people to get stressed out. I've been dealing with enough of that kind of stuff. But I'm perfectly fine. So remember that when I begin this well, I mean, as fine as I ever am, you know, when I begin this conversation. So things have been nuts, and it's been kind of funny because whenever any of us aren't on a lot of streams or aren't around as much, people try to, like, figure out what it means. Like, what's going on? Is somebody not getting on with somebody, or is something going on, or what's that about? And it really is a strange thing for an introvert, I have to tell you. But here's the thing. So and remember, I'm totally fine when I say this, so don't, it's just one of those things you just have to deal with sometimes. But so I guess it was about 2 months ago now. It may even been longer ago than that. But I noticed I am perfectly fine when I say this. Again, I just want to make sure everybody gets this. But I noticed a lump behind my right ear. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of new. So I was like, I probably should go and see my doctor. And I didn't really want to have to, like, tell Mrs. Ingetti about that because that is one of her major fears. But we kind of wanted to figure out what was going on. And so, for obvious reasons, and just in general. And so I did the responsible thing, and I called my doctor and I said, "What's up, Christopher Bouchard? How are you doing?" I called my doctor and I'm like, I need to schedule an appointment for you to look at this. My doctor's a pretty cool dude. He said, look, man, he goes, this is the kind of doctor you want. He goes, I'd tell you if I was, like, wildly concerned. I mean, I'm like a 3 on a 10, which I really did appreciate. And he goes, but I'm not, like, not too stressed about it. And of course, I come from, growing up around a lot of hospitals and doctors and stuff like that, medical families, both me and the missus. So, I mean, I kind of was looking at things. What is up, Christopher? How are you doing, man? My Christopher's runneth over. I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry. Trust me. It's not going to be that bad. Hey there, my friend. Happy Sunday. Indeed. Looking forward to today's journey. Oh, it's going to be fun, man. There's so much cool stuff to talk about once I get this sort of housekeeping stuff out of the way. So, You guys know, like, so you go through the routine. I go see a doctor. The doctor takes me to go see an ENT. And in an unrelated thing, I think I've told you guys I've had a pretty exciting youth. I learned something new about myself, which my ENT was looking into my, tried to look inside of my nose, could not find a way in to get the scope in, and was having trouble getting in. And what we basically learned is sometime probably before the age of like 4 or 5 and what are you gonna do? Something I don't remember, thank God, is is at the front of, is it glitching? Hopefully it's not glitching too bad. Hail, what is up, Sir Lister? How are you doing, my friend? Great to see you, Altered Beast. Great to see you. Great game, too, by the way. Yeah, and so I'm okay, so remember that as I'm talking. And what is up, Tammy, my girl, channel member? Great to see you. I'm so glad to have you here in the chat. So anyway, it turns out that my nose was caved in when I was little, because it didn't affect where my nose went from there, certainly, which was onward and upward. And so I learned that about myself, which is why I have so much trouble breathing, and why Mrs. Ajeti occasionally has so much trouble sleeping. God bless her heart. But so he said to me, he took a look at it and he set me up. And so we've been going around the, maypole here for the whole, medical stuff you have to deal with. And it's been really, really stressful. But what ended up happening is they, and I'm doing all right. So they wanted to do a biopsy of it. And this was, I can't really remember it that clearly. I think it was 2 Mondays ago or whatever. And so it's not cancer. I want to make sure I say that clearly. I'm all right. But it meant that I had to miss a bunch of streams. And for the last 2 months with doctor's appointments and, family worries and stuff like that, I just haven't been able to be around as much. And I've also been, trying to get stuff together with Nosfero. And this was just another sort of thing with that, And so finally, I had to tell Shane and John what was going on, because I was going to miss hard art. What's up, Scribe Comics? Great to see you. Yeah, I'm doing better. Tammy, yeah, I'm doing much better. Thank you, Chris. You guys are going to get me. Yeah, love y'all. You know that. Missed you guys. And God bless you guys. Appreciate it, Chris Dart. And so I'm sitting there and I go in for the biopsy, and this resident, God bless him, is trying to do the third piece of your lymph node that they check out, because it was a swollen lymph node is what it was, which of course is one of the things that raises people's alarm bells. And I tell you what, man, I've had some pretty serious dental work done. I've had a lot of stuff like that, but I was not prepared for how my system was going to react to that biopsy, which is lymph nodes on one side of my head just, swelled up, big, like 3 centimeters and things like that. And so I was out of commission for the last Art Comicsgate King show, which I feel so bad about. And because I was like really excited after my first week back, but it's been hard on Mondays getting in there because of all this stuff. And so biopsy came back, and everything's kind of like fine. They're just looking over some things, but nothing, like cancer or anything like that. But it really has just been so stressful for Mrs. Ingetti. She's been worrying up a storm, as they say. Yeah. And, I'm such a mess in general anyway. I mean, I'm kind of in terms of, it's not like I know this is going to come as a shock to some of you, and I apologize in advance. But, I lived a pretty colorful life as far as getting into mischief and, all of those fun things. And so I'm kind of going, at first I thought it was because, of the broken nose and all that stuff. But it's just the kind of chronic stuff you go through with this. And it was nuts. And welcome, Shadowhawk Talks. It's so good to see you guys. So anyway, just in case people were wondering where I've been at, because if you're away for 5 minutes, and I don't respond to any of this stuff, but if you're away for 5 minutes, people start, wondering what's going on with you. So I'm one of those people to where I had to tell Shane and John what was up, and Shane was really sweet. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm going to be singing Shane's praises today, so you're going to have to deal with it. But Shane was I didn't even want to tell Shane anything, because for those of you guys who don't know, and he's talked about it, so I'm not telling tales out of school, but Shane lost his brother, I think it was about 10 or so years ago? I can't remember when it was. To cancer, and so the last thing I wanted to do was to even tell him anything about it, and so it was a kind of a thing, but I said, look, man, I got to go in for I had to go in for a biopsy. I'm completely wiped. I'm not going to be able to do hard art. And Shane, not only did Shane message me, to say, hey man, and don't worry and all that stuff, which is, he's Shane's a big little guy. Shane's, love that kid, man. Shane's good people, man. I don't know what else to say. But then, 2 days after I got it, and I was out of it the whole week, guys. I mean, my whole system was like, why did you do that to us? Was not happy with the biopsy. But I think 2 days in or something like that, Shane sent me a message to ask me how you doing. Shane said, how are you doing, Slugger? Are you okay, Slugger? And it was very thoughtful. So did my brother-in-law. God bless you, man. Good to hear from you guys. All my family, of course. But everybody was, of course, relieved, and no one probably more than Mrs. and Jetty. But it's been really exhausting to kind of... I run at a pretty fast clip, as I'm sure you guys know. No, it's not... what's weird is I think, if you want my personal opinion on it, there's what they think it could be, and then there's what I think it is, or possibly is. I think that I've gotten to the point to where this really bad fracture from really early childhood, probably before the age of 5, is what the guy said, is probably causing there to be infection and inflammation in that area, and my lymph nodes are just reacting to it, because that's the side it was on, which is the side where my skull's kind of caved in. My occipital bone, and not my occipital bone, whatever the bone is that meets your nose, maybe it is that bone. So it was just one of those dang things, and I was like, oh gosh. So I think it's something with that. I honestly think they should try putting me on a round, and I may say this to my GP, put me on a round of antibiotics just to see if there's not something going on in there. But yeah, it was, I missed you guys terribly, man, and it was like, I was like, wanted to stream, but I will be honest with you, yeah, they are exhausting, especially for the people taking care of us, and I know Tammy knows that from being a nurse, but it was like, we're doing all these things, and oh my gosh, and I want to also just say a thank you to a really sweet thing. So I didn't want to, yes, we're painting the monster today. We're painting Frankenstein's monster, and I'm very excited. What is up, Collision Bomb? How are you doing? It's great to see you. So, and I love that. That's such a great pick. And so, what was so funny is that I messaged Ethan after the fact just to say, hey man, sorry I haven't been around, but you never know. Absolutely 100%, Tammy. Oh, yeah. We watched it on stream. I got to talk about that, man. That thing is crazy. There's so much cool stuff going on we're going to talk about once this whole thing's over. But I told Ethan. Ethan sent me a message. Was very sweet. We're going to pray. I'll pray for you and your health. I mean, he's just... everybody... People don't realize this. Everybody, as Shane would say, don't realize how... you get to know people over, I mean, it's going to be 10 years at some point, but I started just cold messaging Ethan before I was even thinking about doing anything in Comicsgate, as a fellow Star Wars fan and dad, and watching him go through that excruciating cancellation. And the funny thing is that in the middle of all of this, my mother-in-law was up here, and she goes to my wife, she goes, how did Shanth meet all these people? Like, how did all these people meet, just like how all of us met. And I said, she goes, he just reached out to them and said hello. That's just something he does. And I do it everywhere. But it is kind of wild when I think back on it. And over time, people get to know you, and, it just... You guys are supposed to stop me, by the way, when you see me using a small brush. Oh, man, who's gifting memberships? Holy cow. What is going on, you guys? Holy cow. Collision Bomb gifted 5 Shanth and Jetty Art memberships. Thank you, Collision Bomb. It's so great to see you guys, and holy cow. So welcome new members, and this is for you. Wow. Oh, thank you, Collision Bomb. It's so great to see that. Makes it feel really good coming back after all of that. I appreciate it. But you guys, thank you, Collision Bomb. You guys have got to tell me whenever you see me using the smaller brush, or say, are you using the right size brush? Because, man, I tell you what, I was forgetting to do that on one of my streams, and it was like you'd be shocked at how much it affects it, because bigger brushes, the main thing is that your brush has a point if it's supposed to, so that you can, spread the paint out but also get to a nice point. But the other aspect of it is that the brush size, its chief purpose is to hold more water. And to hold the paint in it so that you can paint for longer and that you can cover more ground. And one of the things for me that I always want to make sure people are thinking about when they paint is small brushes don't solve problems. Big brushes do. Long lines solve problems. Tiny lines don't. And a lot of times when we get into doing tiny lines and we get into that zone where we're too, we can't see the forest. What is it, God? I forget that expression. Someone in the chat help me. My brain is pudding. But we just get too hung up on the details. We get a little target fixation. And a big brush allows the painting to happen. It allows it to come together. And let me just adjust this so I can maybe give you guys a little bit of a better view here. Let's see. And then if I angle this up, there we go. That's better. There we go. You guys can see a little bit better. But even when I'm doing something like painting these teeth in here and putting this stuff together, it really does give it this kind of nice feel to it, And it just, you can get that detail. You don't have to be stressing about all of those little tiny things. So yeah, let me tell you guys while we're doing this about all of the cool stuff happening. You guys obviously saw the trailer for the Fans Fest. It's going to be in a beautiful location. If you have never been, I have only been to Atlantic City once when I was in high school, and I didn't we didn't travel around much. We just kind of popped in, grabbed some food, and hit the slots, I'm sure, knowing my knowing my family. And so I haven't spent a lot of time there, and so I don't know all the different places and everything that's in there, but it is a really great location. When I started doing research on Harrah's and seeing the restaurants that are in there, all the bars that are in there and things like that, and then just the fact that, everything is really going to be contained there if you want to just come check in and get your comic book convention on. And I just got so excited about the convention. And I haven't been excited about conventions in a while. I can't see the forest through the trees. Thank you so much. Infamous Mr. Cursed has a cool, handsome scar below his eye. That's right. From his cancer removal surgery. It's definitely scary. Absolutely right. Yeah, I know. And it was funny because, oh, thank you so much, Pity Ma. Yes, I really am excited about that convention. And you know me and trailers. And well, that's the other thing we said to my mother-in-law about it. Is I just started making trailers and things to promote books because it was the only thing I could think of after my long day at work and my commute and all that stuff to help. Thought it was can't see the forest because we're too busy smoking the trees. That could be a different thing, but equally justifiable. Flatey, that's fine. And for all I know, I mean that's your truth. You know your truth. That's what it's about. Oh my gosh. So yeah, lots of crazy cool stuff going on. I want to say this because this is art and culture are a fascinating thing to watch, and most of us have spent a lot of time watching it. But we're coming up, believe it or not, on the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, right? We're coming up on, we've already passed the 50th anniversary of Jaws in 2025. It's the 40th anniversary, and I know John Malin is quite excited about this, of the Transformers movie. But here's what I'm noticing about everything that's going on and why I'm so excited. It seems there's just something in the air that culture is about to go through another golden age, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. There's infamous Mr. Cursed. And it is, thank you so much. Yeah, guys, if you haven't backed Springball yet, back it. I think Indiegogo took care of whatever the issue was that people were having backing the book. They were saying I couldn't get their backing in, so they looked at it, and I believe they've solved it. If they haven't, that'll bring me on to our next subject, which is going to be, not that we're doing totally subjects today, mainly painting, but I like to talk with you guys because I can walk and chew gum on occasion. Is Back Me Bro, which is crazy. I'm so excited about Back Me Bro, but I was so annoyed because the dang biopsy made me so tired I couldn't even rally. I hung out with Shane the night before, and then the next day I just crashed again from just fatigue from that dang thing, and I was so annoyed because I wanted to be there for the launch. I was so excited about it, but I couldn't get out of bed. Let me see if I can make this happen. But yeah, there's something in the air. There's strangely, because I'm not like, oh, everything's all roses, everything's easy. Believe me, I know. In terms of, I don't know, like just like people are just generally speaking, I think people get fatigued and are tired or whatever. But there seems to be a new energy going on right now. I'm so excited about Back Me Bro. You guys have no idea, and that's a big part of what I see coming down the way for what we're doing. But I am excited, and I'm seeing a lot of people who are incredibly excited right now about... Actually, I'm going to turn my camera on. I look like something the cat dragged in. I apologize, but I'm doing so much talking. Oh, God. Apologies for the state of me. Here I am. This is what I've got, guys. It's... oh, man, I do look rough. I got to put a hat on or a bag on my head. What's up, Mo Biggs? Yeah, Back Me Bro looks great. Between that and the convention, CG is getting a much-needed energy boost. I was about to say that. You are 100% right. Let me see if I can fix this. Oh, God, this camera. Maybe I should leave it blurred. You know what I'm saying? Ooh-wee. Here we are. This is what we got, guys. This is as good as it's going to get for a bit. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, what's up, Mo Biggs? Yeah, this is what's left of me, Mo Biggs. This is what's left of me. So I was, I've been so, yeah, we're mostly yawns. I think we all know that. I think we all know. Shane would probably be the first to say it. So yeah, and so I've started watching something that's going on where a lot of people who have been doing independent stuff and working on independent stuff that has been kind of on the outside, much like everything we're doing here in Comicsgate, are starting to get noticed and pick up steam because there's this audience coming in who is really excited. They don't care if the entertainment or the art or the culture, whatever you want to call it, being made is, you know, from a brand anymore, as much as they like finding stuff that is really cool, really independent, really nicely crafted. They love that stuff, and that's exactly what I'm like. So, and that's clearly what you guys are like because you're here. Thank you. Make sure you hit the like if you haven't yet. Make sure you're subscribed, and thank you again for gifting those channel memberships. I mean, that is huge for this channel. So I always want to make sure I say, Collision Bomb, that was really great of you to do, so thank you. It's probably the best way to get eyes on this channel than anything else is gifting memberships, because it gives people alerts if they get gifted a membership to when I'm streaming, which is huge. So, but I've been looking at all this stuff. So this guy I've been talking to, a friend of mine, I was all over that like button like it owed me money. God bless you, Mo Biggs. So this guy I started talking to not long ago is a toy maker, and it's Ace from Ramen Toys. It started with us kind of joking about the Block Fu video, if you guys have seen it, which he loved. But I just reached out to him and I said, hey, and we started talking some toy stuff, and we still are just in general, nothing like, you know, serious like in the sense of locked down, but serious in the sense that we've had a couple of streams. Yes, yeah, I got to make sure I update you guys on that. So Nosfero is almost all bagged and boarded, but that's a really good question. Okay, Flatey, make sure you bring me back to this. I just want to make sure I finish this thought. So Ace from Ramen Toys has been doing a lot of third-party kind of bootleg, unofficial stuff for a while. And he's been making stuff that is really, really high quality. And I know because I found out about him when I backed the Batmobile CAG set for McFarlane Toys Batmobile. It was kind of like a custom mod set. Well, he landed his first official license, and I'm so happy for him. His first official license is, and oh, that's so great. That is so great. Oh, that puts a big smile on my face. And so he got the license, an official license to Knight Rider. And so Ramen Toys is doing the Chris, I'm coming back to that too, by the way. Thanks, Chris. And Springball, okay, I gotta stop now because I got two updates on my comics, so I'll talk about my comics because I love talking about the comics. Okay, so let me start with the easy one. Springball, or it's not, both are easy, but this one is the more generalized one. Springball is coming along great. I'm working on a pinup for the Fans Fest pinup book of Molly, but Springball's going to be in it, and it's a cool sort of risque in the Springball. Thank you, Roadkill Lurch. It's so great to see you. That's a great name, man. I love that, Roadkill Lurch. That's awesome. And I got to put a hat on because my hair looks like I stuck my finger in an electrical socket. It's driving me nuts, man. There we go. Put on my Quint ball cap. So, did I mess my camera up? Hang on a second. My camera looks like it's blurry, which probably works out for me great. But so spring. Oh, I just clicked the wrong thing off. Hang on a second. God, thank you for keeping me alive all these years. Lord knows I don't make it easy for you. So Springball is coming along great. Working on a pinup. And Springball is going to be behind a John Malin illustration on the cover of the Fans Fest book that we're working on. So I'm very excited about that. But the story of Springball is awesome. So right now, the only thing I'm saving for the last bit, but the only thing that I haven't completely boarded yet is the finale. Because the finale is going to be a cliffhanger because it's going to be either 2 issues if I can wrap it up because issue 1 got longer, so issue 1 covers more ground. So you're getting way more pages than I originally, in terms of story, than I originally mentioned. But the climax is the only thing. Everything else is laid out and being drawn right now and colored. When I say drawn, I mean it's color lettered all at the same time. And so, let me see what that leaves here. What I would say is every page is on board except for the last 4 pages right now. And so, then after that, it's going to be showing the script to a couple of my friends in Comicsgate. Show it again. I showed it to John the first time, and John gave me some structural advice that shifted the book, but Springball is looking awesome. There's even, just this past week, I wrote an interaction between Druk and Springball, and it's just one of those little interactions that characters used to have with one another when things weren't so cynical, and that are just really human and let you know that these two characters have a relationship that didn't just start that day, and it's so cool. It's just like a funny little thing that tells you who the characters are. It's not like they have some big monologue. It's that kind of thing. So yeah, very excited. I'm glad, Chris. I couldn't read that at first because I had my glasses off, but I'm so glad. Nosfero, here's what happened with that. So the books looked great, and as I start, and I have enough of the oxidized edition bagged. They're all bagged and boarded, the oxidized edition. But someone in packing, and they're actually looking into it because they were very frustrated about this, did not pack the books as well as they should have been. And the majority of the art edition were dinged or dented or whatever. And so they were great. First of all, the printer was great. I was going back and forth with them about it, and they said, how many books do you think you need to get reprinted realistically? And I said, a couple hundred books. You know, a couple hundred books need to get reprinted. And it was funny because their reaction was, I sent them photos of what I was seeing, and I said, this is what I've got, and this isn't what I'm used to. This is and the colors, guys, there's nothing more upsetting to me and them, I'm sure, than, how do I put this? I was one of those kids who wouldn't highlight in their textbook because the idea of writing in a book was so disturbing to me. And to see damaged books, like books that have been smashed up, is just really upsetting to me. Like, especially because the print job, which I know I've shown you guys, looks so great. The books are so beautiful. But you will see, like, I would see things where I would go, okay, that book has a lamination problem right there from being smashed around. So, but they were great. They were pushing from the start. And I go, I want to give you guys an accurate count because I'm not here to burn anybody. And they basically said, look, Shanth, just tell us how many books you need. And I said, I'm going to need a couple hundred books reprinted of each, not a couple hundred of each, but together of the 2 books. So they went back to print, and the new books are coming tomorrow, Monday. And they assured me, they go, we have the guy who runs it. He oversaw the packing. We're going to make sure these books ship perfectly for you. We're so sorry. And I was like, guys, stuff like this happens. I had enough stuff going on health-wise to where the last thing I felt like doing was being a jerk about anything. I'm like, guys, life's too short, you know? But, like, let's just sort it, get it done. So right now what I've got is, and God, I don't even want to show you the studio because it's such a mess, but here you go. Let's do it. At least I get to show you Cursed Hearts and my daughter's favorite crochet thing that I have in my studio. I get to show that. Oh, let me put the trailers on again. Just realized that was off. But you see that right over there? That is 1, 2, 3, 4 magazine boxes of bagged and boarded Nosferos right there, ready to rock. And I'm bagging and boarding the rest of them when they come in. So I cannot wait to get you guys this stuff. I mean, it has just been bedlam with all of the doctor's appointments and all of that crazy stuff. But when I look at these books, the quality of these, like they had to order in for us, for these books, they had to order in. They don't carry paper stock as heavy as the stock I wanted to use for Nosfero. And it's a better stock, actually, in some ways than the one I was using before. But I wanted it to give you that vibe of a substantial book when you got it. And it is so... These books are so pretty. I hate to use that word, but it's the word. You know what I mean? It's like they are... The art edition alone is something I never thought I would do or see. Look at that, the colors they got on this. I know, Thulu, guys, I'm going to talk about H.P. Lovecraft. I've got so much stuff. I could talk to you guys for hours. When we miss a week, I miss you guys, man. I miss you guys. I hated not being there for the Back Me Bro launch. I feel like I have all these things I want to talk to you guys about, and it's just, if I'm scattered today, that's why. That and I can't breathe. Hang on, I'm going to turn off my camera so I can blow my nose, because I'm tired of this broken ding-dang nose. They say air is an important thing that people need in order to breathe, and I've heard that, but I'm not sure if it's totally true. So, let me see here. Is that like a satin-type finish on the interior pages? Looks killer. It is a... gosh, what is it? What is it? Yeah, you gotta have Thulu on your desk, you know? You gotta have many a Thulu. I've got my Cursed Heart creations, and then I've got my statue over there, and then I've got, of course, the creature, which is a major feature on Mark's Music Obsessions piece that I'm working on right here. Don't have my Modesty Needed erasers on there, but I don't think I need them yet. So yeah, so this right here, this is the art edition, and the pages they're like a matte. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't glare like the cover, which is a high gloss, because I just love the look of high gloss covers. But it's smooth. It's a coated paper, and it's just, I mean, it's such a great, yeah, the creature, Flatey the Creature is the best monster design. It's so good. I mean, in terms of non-makeup. So Frankenstein's #1, but of suit creature designs, the Creature is the best for a reason. But here you guys go. For the first time ever, no Sphero without any text on it. There's parts of these paintings that you haven't seen because word balloons were over them. And if you backed the art edition, you are going to see these pages. Now, we're going to have a certain number of these. It's not going to be for the price it was for the crowdfund campaign, because it's always cheaper for the crowdfund campaign. I want to always make sure that the best price goes to people who back the making of the book. But I am going to have to, I will have, goodness gracious, I will have some of these, some copies of these books to sell it for the Fans Fest. So if you're looking for a reason, but I'm not going to be doing it until I get these books out to the people who back the books, obviously, and they're going to be for more money, because that's the way it is. Because there's a limited print run of these. Once they're printed, that's the print run until I do another edition of the book. So yeah, but those will be available. Let me make sure I grab the small. Don't grab the small brush, grab the big brush. But yeah, so that's one of the many things that is going on. I need some reference here. Where is my Frankenstein? I feel like I need a Frankenstein head to work from here. Goodness gracious. So yeah, very excited. So that's where Nosfero is right now. I've got the prints printed up. I've got everything ready to go. I just got to sign it, you know. Thank you, Shadowhawk Talks. Yeah, it's, guys, we make the most beautiful books here. So, and this is another thing. So when I was totally out of it, I went on Amazon and I I bought some Richard Corbin books that I don't have good copies of. And Dark Horse has been re-releasing all of Richard Corbin's stuff and putting it together in nice hardcovers. So I backed one of his books. It had an intro by Guillermo del Toro, and it was a really beautiful edition. And I was looking at it, and I thought to myself, when I came into Comicsgate, one of my dreams, I had a few dreams I wanted to have, and so much of this stuff has even exceeded that stuff. Let me see if I can show this. Is she covered up on the cover? Kinda. I don't know if YouTube would guess that's what that was. But one of the books I got while I was out of it was, and I want to see if I can go to a particularly nice page, but also a page with no nudity on it, which is almost impossible with Richard Corbin. Where do we go? Richard Corbin, make it easier for me, brother. He does more painted stuff. I think this is pretty decent. So I picked up a copy of this book right here, and I was looking at Richard Corbin's stuff. And when I came into Comicsgate and I was talking about, I'm going to do a painted book, the biggest thing I was thinking was, I want to do something that is as high a quality as what independent comics could be back in the day. Like, look at this color printing and the painting and the luminosity of it. Look at this stuff, how great it is. And for me, the thing about it is the fact that I get to, can't show that page, speaking of, the fact that I get to do this because you guys funded it, the stuff we're doing in Comicsgate is some of the best independent work that has come out in comics since Image, in my opinion. And I don't mean, what I mean is, before that, I think it was Warren Publishing and the stuff that Warren was doing with Creepy and Eerie and Bernie Wrightson and all of those folks who worked on those, Alex Toth, everybody who did stuff for it. What's up, Apex Comics? It's great to see you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. And we're doing that stuff here. And, I mean, it's crazy to me what we have been able to do. And you guys are going to love this book. It is such a professionally done... Can't show that. You always hear me say that because I have to remind myself what I can and can't show. But look at the stuff that we've been able to do. This is just some classic comic book stuff, and I am confident that it will stand the test of time. I love these zooms I do on some of the chapter breaks. They look so good to put those photos. The design of it, not the artwork. I'm not that insane. But look at that. just so cool to see this stuff coming together. I mean, this book is... I was telling the missus, I said, this book is the best thing I've ever done. And I'm hoping that Springball is the same in terms of what it's covering and what it's doing. But when I look at those Springball pages, the story is the thing that I'm just... The artwork is awesome, but the story I'm so excited about. Hopefully that mashed my hair down a little bit there. But yeah, it's all about... it's about time Frazetta had some figures released based on his characters. I couldn't agree more. And how great is that like Frazetta's stuff has stood the test of time to that degree? I just was like, what am I caught on? And it was the creature from the Black Lagoon sitting on my desk. But yeah, Frazetta's stuff just will not go. It's that people are just into it and into it over multiple generations. And that's what it takes. And I think that we're seeing something start here in Comicsgate and with Back Me Bro that's going to be something that people talk about. So for those of you guys who don't know, my friend Shane Davis, who is the creator of Inglorious Rex and his first project, which is Starlight Cats, I put it big at the top of the description for this video. So Shane and Yanzi saw all of the changes that were happening at Indiegogo and also the lack of finding anybody to answer your questions and all of that kind of stuff in terms of people can't change their addresses, people can't do this, people can't do that. And, I'm always when I reach out to them, it's always, difficult to get a hold of a person, and said, for people in our space who are always at risk of getting canceled and then at the whims of the various crowdfunding platforms, we need to have more platforms that we can fall back on. Because we have one right now, the first one of these, which was Fund My Comic, which I did the logo for. And then Back Me Bro was Shane and Yanzi doing an extension of what they did on their Nine Lives Comics site, which has a storefront and all these various things. And then a return to kind of what a lot of people were comfortable with Indiegogo. And, oh, geez, Apex, that's a lot. Thank you. I really appreciate that. God bless you, man. That means a lot to me. Thank you. I've had such a week, guys. So grateful for these things. Oh, yeah, that's what I was also going to do, because I feel like the camera's got something on it, and that's why it's so out of focus. You just see. You never know. Let's see if that does anything. Does that improve things? Maybe it's just my face. We'll have to see. Let me see here. Manual focus. Nope. That's not it. That's not it. Is that better or worse? Man, maybe it's my glasses. Maybe I can't see anything. Yada, yada. We'll do our best. I'm not exactly sure what's... Let me try autofocus. It'd probably be a nightmare, but let's just try it anyway. Is the camera even focusing is the next question. Okay, there you go. Well, we'll play it by ear. But yes, and hail Apex Comics Fembat on Fund My Comic. Yeah, so when they came along, I was incredibly excited. So I did their logo and all of that stuff. Or they had a logo, and then I just cleaned it up and reworked it, right? And so that's been going really, really well. And so Cecil launched his book over there, and I did a trailer for him on that. So the thing that was so cool about it was, and then I did Pigman. Bosch did Pigman over there, did a trailer for that book as well. So it's been really, really cool. But what Shane wanted to do is Shane wanted to create a site or a platform that had some of the features that Back Me Bro had, that Indiegogo had, and then cross it with the stuff that he had on Nine Lives Comics. And you got to understand, for a creator of what they're doing and all of the work they have going on, the idea of building a crowdfunding site and all of the work that goes in there to make sure that it's easy for backers and it's more difficult for the people that have a tendency to just want to mess with us for whatever. I mean, I hope that's all, I hope it's dying down some days. I mean, I'm like, you never know with people. But people are always trying to start up trouble, which is funny because that dovetails really nicely to what I was saying before. If I go away for 5 minutes, or to deal with health stuff, for heaven's sake, people immediately will jump to some conclusion that something is going on with me, and it's like, or people, I mean, oh, is Sean upset? And it's weird because most of the time we're unless it's something like this where I don't really didn't want to share too much with people and stress them out unnecessarily. It's not as crazy as people think. It's just not. We've got families, we've got stuff going on, we've got you guys. Like, every interaction I have for the most part is on stream with people. And no news is good news with me. I'm usually just working or taking care of family stuff. Anyway, but so when Shane and them put this stuff together and were showing it to us, they go, look guys, we want to create something that where you can do these certain things that a lot of you guys want to do. And if people come out and back it, we think we can make it work. And they sunk a ton of money into it, for us, like 5 figures into making this thing work. And it's been such a huge hit, guys. Such a huge hit. And so I have the link at the top of the description for Starlight Cats, if you were looking to get a book for younger people, an all ages book, this is the book. It's got a great story. The kids who read it love it. So it's like, it's totally great for pre-middle school even, young kids. And Disney liked it so much they tried to lift the idea. But Starlight Cats, I've already backed it. I backed it to the hilt because this is where I'm going to probably be launching my next campaign is on Back Me Bro. And if you go to Back Me Bro for, I think it's $20, you could get a Back Me Bro coin that's a first campaign backer coin that's going to be so cool. It's got a badge, and that badge that you get, and that coin, I guess it is going to be something that is just sort of a beautiful milestone, like for the Fans Fest of everything we've been building here, guys. It has been so much work here, and you guys know this. Getting everything up to speed. I honestly think we've had an easier dismount with more complicated things, comparatively speaking, than Image Comics when they launched and they were going through Malibu. I mean, having to print graphic design, I don't think a lot of people probably realize this, but everything you're seeing on stream, the intro videos, all of that stuff, I have to design. The credits list, when I update the membership credits, which I'm going to have to do again, thank you again for gifting all of those memberships. Collision Bomb, it is much appreciated. When I update the credits, it's all me by hand, and we're all trying to get things done. So when Shane came along, hey, there he is. Yes, Ethan. And Ethan, I can embarrass you a little bit on stream. I shared your message with the missus, and I'm gonna get choked up. I'm gonna turn my camera off. It's been a long couple of weeks. We really, and Comicsgate Live tonight, guys. Comicsgate Live tonight. We really appreciated your message and your prayers, and we do appreciate that, man. So God bless you, and of course I am. Of course I am in your corner. You know that always, man. He's a good dude, guys. Everybody's a good dude. I've been very. It was overwhelming and great. I got a great, a sweet message from Graham Nolan. I showed him my the Band-Aid over where I got the biopsy, and I said to Graham, I go, my doctor was some foreign guy, a count or something, because my brother Nick told me I looked like I'd been bit by a vampire, and it was so funny, man. But yeah, I'm so excited about Back Me Bro. I'm so excited about all the campaigns that are going on. I think everybody is doing some of the best art they've ever done. I just saw some new CYBERFROG pages when I went on X earlier today. They just look killer. And I'll tell you, some of my favorite trailers, I was looking at these this past week, and yeah, obviously. I was just talking about that on stream. It's the funniest thing. Oh my god. You have to laugh, right? Yeah, it's so crazy, man. It's so absolutely crazy. But Look, well, it's all a part of it, man. These are the best days. Even when they're the craziest days, they're the best days. We'll look back on this stuff and laugh as we probably cry uncontrollably at the insanity. But, oh, Ethan, have you seen the For the Fans Fest thing I made? The For the Fans Fest trailer? Let me know. Because I played it at the... Actually, I'm going to play it again. Guys, it's loud, so turn your volume down. I haven't adjusted the volume yet, but you probably have seen it before. I think it's online, but in case you haven't, here you go, and you can see all of us who apparently don't don't like each other in real life. Watch your volume, guys. Here you go, right now. So there you guys go. There is the For the Fans Fest trailer. And so, yeah, what I did was I just grabbed... Oh, it's on the website front page. There you go. I knew it was up there. I was trying to remember what it is. So I grabbed every name I could off of the website, was putting that stuff together, and just trying to figure out like how to do the layout. Then I was... all that stuff, that animation is by hand, like to get the electricity. I got, when it zooms in on she in the trailer, I translated her saying, Billy Tucci is the best in Japanese. So I was just trying to find as many things as I could do to make it, be something that shows you, because it's hard to convey a convention site. Like, we all know what the San Diego Convention Center looks like, but I wanted to show people how cool Harrah's Casino is. I mean, to me, I don't gamble or anything like that. So, but I will go broke eating steak, I'm convinced, while I'm there. But just doing little things like I don't know, man. I just think it's going to be a great time. I really do. And I wanted to do a trailer that shows all the hard work, that Matt's putting into it, and, trying to design as much custom stuff as I could for it. So I'm really excited. Matt, I'm not even kidding. Like, when I saw there was a Gordon Ramsay Steaks, I don't know if you can get reservations to it or if you have to book like a year in advance. Either way, I'm having steak, man. I love, and I'm taking Mrs. Angetti out to get some food. She deserves it after all of the stress I've put her through in the last couple of months. But I'm really excited. I hope I'm going to see you guys there. We've already got our room booked and everything like that, so I'm going to be there. And it's going to be right on the lead up to the Halloween season. Oh, it's going to be fun, guys. So make sure you're there. Make sure you're there. And Comicsgate Live tonight on Ethan's channel, Comic Artist Pro Secrets. In case you don't know, Ethan and I are best friends, okay? So start that rumor. That's the way it is. And thank you again, Ethan, for your message. It was nice to receive, man, with all the insanity that's been going on for the last couple of months. Love you, brother, and I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, when I think about doing the stuff I'm doing right now, when I'm working on Springball and getting the pinup ready for that book, and then just the Nosfero books have printed so nice. Again, I want to thank Graham Nolan for putting me in touch with his printer. I mean, look at the job that they've done on the art edition and the oxidized edition, for that matter. But it's so much of us, again, if you've never, if this is your first time backing Nosfero, if you haven't read my wife's intro, man, that is something. It really, she wrote such a beautiful intro, but look at all of the detail they were able to capture in this stuff. And doing a fully painted comic book, this was my first time. All the comics I've done, whether it's Flash Gordon or any of that stuff, way back when I was a wee tup. But when I was did Flash Gordon, Starship Troopers, and all that stuff, I mean, over 20 years ago, it was just not in this stylistic. And so to be able to do this stuff, what is up, Scorpiorpio? It's great to see you. Hail, brother. Oh my gosh, great to see all of you guys. I wouldn't have thought it was possible. So when Shane, and I think I was maybe one of the first people Shane told the name of it too, and I was terrified because I don't have an internal monologue, so I have a tendency to, when I read something, to mouth what I'm reading. So he goes, Shanth, I'm sending you the name. I think it's awesome, and it was on stream, and I looked at it. And for a second, there's Eric Weathers. What's up, brother? So great to see you, man. So great. I hope you enjoyed that video, man. The painting video that is on Andrew Wyeth. It's so cool to see him talking. So he sent it to me, and I was on stream, and I could have sworn, and I didn't. I went back and looked at it, that I had mouthed "back me, bro" when I read it, because I was like, "That's awesome." I was like, "Oh, awesome!" And I thought I said, "Back me, bro." And I didn't, thank God. It was great. Yeah, that is such a great moment in time that we have that captured, that, 1998, 98 interview with Andrew Wyeth walking around. Are steaks made from real Gordon Ramsays? I hope so. They come with a little bit of rage and criticism when you eat them. Tiny Effort, who backed Springball way back when, the initial Springball from 2002. Dude, that is crazy, man. I'm so glad you found me and found this whole thing and are here for the relaunch. When you sent me that message, that was like a God wink. I was honestly stunned. I was like, wow, right when I'm launching the book. Was so great to see. And again, thank you, Shadowhawk Talks, for being here, being a channel member. Appreciated. Yeah, the excitement for the Fans Fest. I'm not going to New York City this year just so I can splurge on for the Fans Fest. Yeah, here's the other thing that is so cool about this. Excuse me, gosh. I'm still getting on my feet here. The thing about for the Fans Fest is, and I was thinking about this too, what people are getting so excited with toy conventions and where they sell collectibles and statues, is you're seeing more stuff from new toy manufacturers. And funny enough, just like Ethan, who is, I'm sure, going to have, I hope, all I can say is the steaks are raw. They're raw. My favorite diss ever by Gordon Ramsay, and I don't know what he was eating, but he goes, I just took a bite out of this, and you know what it tastes like? It tastes like Gandhi's flip-flop. And I died. Lauren and I were cracking up. I thought I wasn't going to for the Fans Fest, but I might be able to make it. Well, you're in the guest list, so you better be there. Once I put you in the trailer, you have to come. So tell the missus that's just how it's got to be. It's got to be that way, as Keanu Reeves would say. Oh God, where was I going? But I'm hoping, since it's in New Jersey, that Ethan's going to be able to bring some of the CYBERFROG figures, for whichever ones he's got left, to sell at the convention, because that's something that I know that Valiverse is going to be there. If you guys follow them, they did a lot of G.I. Joe customs, but they also have their own military action figure line. I'm really excited about them. I've been following their stuff online for a while now, because I think Ace has done some work with them. They all kind of know each other, a lot of these smaller creators. Yeah, Eric is a flip-flopper, I agree. What's that about? Like Gandhi's flip-flop. I love the way the British pronounce Gandhi. It makes me laugh, man. Yeah, you got to hooking Eric up, Matthew Rumor. Yeah, man. We got to get Eric here, man. Eric's got, if for no other reason, Eric, if you come to the convention, I can actually do, and you bring your paint supplies, I can actually do a demo for you in person. You know, we've already talked, Matthew and I are already talking about doing a sort of bare knuckle art school thing while I'm there. And that would be so great. I could actually do a demo. Eric, you gotta come. More people need to see Battle Brick Road. Agreed about Battle Brick Road. If you guys don't know about Battle Brick Road, sorry this is turning into like a reunion show and I'm not painting as much as I should, but I missed you guys, man. What am I going to do? So if you guys don't know Battle Brick Road, this is a really great opportunity if I can make this happen. To show you the trailer, short trailer I did for Battle Brick Road. Timmy Mello is here. Oh, it's so great, man. So glad to see you, Timmy, my brother and channel member, OG and artist. I got a couple of Aliverse figures. I got 4 of the Big Bad Toy Store Monster Force figures. Yeah, the stuff is cool. You know, they would be great for what trailer? That's exactly right. What trailer indeed? Which one do you mean? The one your name's in or another one? Here you go. Let's start with this trailer, which you know well. There you go, guys. Battle Brick Road, if you don't know what it is. So, Eric, can you tell I missed you guys? I've missed you guys. Eric, this right here, right? This right here. My brother-in-law has been getting really in... I know you know that one, but it's a better segue to this. Who has been working on some new music, and him and I have been talking now just back and forth about different stuff. And I said, dude, what's up, Alpha Channel? You can make a vinyl. You need to make a vinyl of your stuff. And he saw this. He was so excited to see this, man. A shout out to my brother Joseph on this fine Sunday. But yeah, so I was showing him this. The trailer he's referring to, guys, brace your ears because I haven't got the volume right. It's a little loud, so watch your ears. Protect your ears at all time, as we say in boxing. Here's the trailer, Eric, so get used to it. I love you all, but I didn't mean to hit the cheerleader button. But bless you all. So yes, so that is the trailer. Thank you so much, Alpha Channel. And yes, indeed. Wait, where's Cranberry Langers? Where is he? Hey, Cranberry Langers, happy Sunday, brother. It's great to see you, man. Yeah, so speaking of, someone mentioned the pull-out poster books. Now, again, I have been just... I mean, the last couple of weeks, I don't know whether to scratch my watch or wind my behind, as we say. If you haven't seen the pull-out poster book, this is the 11 by 17 poster book, which has a beautiful Eric Weathers piece in it and a beautiful Eric Weathers cover. And my poster's about to come out. This is my one that I take the poster out of. But it also has this painting by me right here with all of the Battle Brick Road characters, but it's also a pinup right there with Thea. So yes, if you've ever wanted to own an 11 by 17 poster of one of my pieces, this book has it. And it's just got some outstanding stuff. Of course, Dan Flawless Lawless, my brother from another mother. He's got his stuff in here. Tons of great work, man. Tons of great work. Look at all of this stuff. Incredible. Incredible stuff. I love this painting that Eric did. It's so great, man. And then I think there's also... I don't know which ones I did. Isn't there... I think this has all of them in it. Let me make sure. Oh, there it is. There's the back cover. That makes it a little bit easier for people to see. So there you have it, guys. That is everybody who's in the book. So there's so much great Battle Brick Road stuff. I think those would be a great... Yes, still available, guys. That would be so great. I haven't heard that before, stealing that bit. Yeah, it's a great one. Oh, man. Yeah, it is absolutely my way to do it. Gotta buy 2. Yeah, I bought a couple of those, man. You know that. I love them. And I'm sorry to tell you this, Eric, but yes, Cranberry Langers, you're a man. Dude, I love seeing you here, man. God bless you. Always saying hello. A real mensch, as they say. Eric Weathers, I hate to tell you this, brother. If you think you're making that face now, they have dropped a ton of 1990s. They've dropped a ton of 1990s Ninja Turtles stuff. Tons. I don't just mean the stuff you've seen at San Diego Comic-Con. Like, there's so much. God bless you, man. God bless you, Cranberry Langers. It's always great to see you, man. Alpha Channel saying hello, hello. Yeah, so I'm seeing action figures by independent action figure companies that are crazy. And, oh my God, I wanted to show this to you guys. It's been so long since I streamed, and I've been so out of it. This dang biopsy thing. And I'm okay, in case anybody's wondering, if you missed the first part of the stream. You know, I mean, it's stuff that you got to deal with. Nothing big. So this is a custom figure that is 3D printed of the 1976 bicentennial, my birth year, King Kong. And it comes with, and it's not that big, as you can probably tell, it comes with a Jessica Lange in one of the hands that you get with this set. Isn't that nuts? That is tiny, in case anybody's wondering. That's how small it is. And I love this design by Rick Baker. And I've wanted there to be some way, because my wife's mom went into labor going to see this movie. She had to cram into the back of a compact car. She was very pregnant. And so I think King Kong helped deliver Mrs. Andretti. That's how I view it, which is great stuff. And so you're seeing a ton of really cool stuff. And I think people are going, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that Ethan Van Sciver, who's responsible for all of this stuff, Shane Davis, who's done all of this work, all of this like stuff that people know, they're now doing their own stuff. I could go straight to them, and they have control over the aesthetics of it and what it looks like, and are doing all of this beautiful work. And it's the same thing. Like, I have people, like you guys know, who've been fans of my stuff and following my stuff, and they know me from the Harry Potter trading cards when I did those, which was one of my, like, it was just like I did a lot of border design for the Harry Potter trading card game when I was fresh out of school. And then some of the smaller comic book jobs I did, the Flash Gordon, Starship Troopers stuff, and then, of course, Springball. And it's wild. It's like you're seeing a lot of people who are just really excited, man. They're really excited to see, just to see us all doing stuff. And they go to conventions, and they meet us. So when you go for the Fans Fest, everything you're getting, you have not seen at another convention. That's the funny little play they gave us that they weren't even thinking about. Yes, you can see Graham, who's out at San Diego, I know, with Billy, and Aaron Lepresti, and who else is out there? Andy Smith is out there, my brother Andy. So there's a bunch of stuff, though, that you're going to see for the Fans Fest that you've never been able to get in person. You know, and it's opened up so many possibilities. Have you messed with any of that stuff, Timmy Mello? I mean, I know, like, you draw like me, and you paint probably as well, but I don't know if you've ever done any of the 3D stuff, but yeah, that is tiny, Lang. Yeah, it's unbelievably tiny. I don't know how I'm going to paint that, but with a magnifying glass. Let me see. Yeah, I did not know about the cards. I have to check those out. Yeah, I showed that to my kids recently. I was like, that was one of my first jobs out of college. It was before the movies, and I just did some of the design. I designed a border and some texture effects for it, and then it was like on all these cards. So here's the funny story. I am very introverted. So I'm one of the hardest people to get to sign my Harry Potter cards because I just don't go out and do a lot of stuff. And so there's like, if you ever wanted to have like your Harry Potter trading card collection, have cards of mine signed, you can bring cards to the con. I'll sign them at my booth. You can put them up on eBay. It would be great, man. Yeah, I saw that King Kong version in the theater. Yep, in 1976. Saw it like 3 times. One of the things I remember most of it was the original Star Wars trailer premiere during the intro. Yes. And the other thing for me is that was just a very brutal, like the when they take down Kong, man. I remember seeing that as a kid with the choppers and being like, oh my stars. That was some stuff, But yeah, I mean, For the Fans Fest is something that we have talked about, and it took Matthew, going, hey man, look, let's do this thing. Let's put this thing together. And I want to be able to go to the convention, see people, say hello, because I never leave the house. So Mrs. Andretti is like, we're going. And I want to go too, but it's like, I told her, I go, we got to make this happen. And I think I'm even going to do a warm-up before that. I'm going to be up just to hang out with Graham and his wife and grab a bite to eat. I'm going to be going up to Boston, to the Boston Fans Fest up there. Because I told Graham's like, I'm going to be in your area. We should get together. And so I'll be up there to meet Graham Nolan and hang out and talk monsters with my fellow monster kid brother, Graham Nolan. But it's almost like all of this stuff is starting to coalesce and feel more real. Back Me Bro is just another part. Like, Back Me Bro is almost like a comic shop for people that you know. For all of you guys who've known us on stream and you're like, do I back you on Indiegogo? Do I back you here? Do I back you there? We've all sort of been, like, thinking about it and looking at, like, where we can go to do this stuff. And with Back Me Bro and its interface, which I used it, and let me say this, too, about this, is I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm sorry if that's coming as a horrible shock to you, but I think it's best if I'm real with you. That I might not be the sharpest tool in the shed. And so I tried to back Shane several times on 9 Lives Comics, and I just could not figure it out. I really tried, man. It was just I know I was doing something wrong. That's not in dispute, because many of people figured it out, became affiliates, and got discounts as a result of it. I was not one of those smart people, I'll have you know. And so I was a little nervous with Back Me Bro, if I was going to be able to do it, because you know how it is. Getting people to switch to a new platform is hard. They run into things, and if it doesn't work, and even I was able to back Shane and back Starlight Cats. And guys, it's this campaign, and the link is the first thing I put in the description for this video. This campaign is bigger than just the campaign itself. And Starlight Cats is a great book. It's incredibly well written for all ages. And the thing is, I think Apex Comics is, because I think I put his name in the trailer, if I recall. He better. Oh boy, still recovering. And but it's a book that hits a demographic that we haven't done a lot of books for, which is the younger demographic. So if you've got kids or grandkids, like, it's a great book to pick up for them. It is bigger, but not bigger than John Malin, who is out there in the heart of Michigan glamping, or he may be back. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's back, but it's big. And John Malin's going to be on Back Me Bro. But it's such a great book, because it's a lot of people were talking about this. There was this one video, I don't know who all was around. And John, I hope you're having a great trip, by the way. Oh man, John, did you see the Transformers 40th anniversary is going to be in theaters? You need to go see that, John. I hope it's on an IMAX screen for you, brother. Just make sure I say that, because before I forget. But there was a young gal whose parent had them beg for one of the special tiers that they missed on Back Me Bro. For saying, Coach John, Halen Malin Militia. That's right. That's right, folks. Never get it twisted. Never get it twisted. The one, the only, John Malin. So, but she had recorded this really cute video because she loved the books and everything like that. So if you have not backed, oh, Cranberry Landers coming with a $7 super chat. Yes, for some of the costs and materials. Thank you so much, sir. But let me say this real quick. As she wrote this cute video and they sent her out the books, Yancy was so funny. She was like, "What the hell? You're putting this kid in front of me?" So thank you, Cranberry Landers. Let me get some cheerleaders coming your way. Here you go, brother. You've already seen that. That's what happens when I rearrange the videos. And thank you so much for that super chat, Cranberry Landers. Much appreciated. John Malin saying, Shadowhawk, saying hello to his people. Headless Bourgeoisie, it's great to see you, brother. Channel member, I hope you are doing well on this fine Sunday, guys. So yeah, Back Me Bro just came out of the gates. Like, it was just a perfect thing. The chance to get Starlight Cats and get the Back Me Bro first campaign backer coin, which I'd encourage all of you guys to do. How's the post-glamp naps going? There you go. And how did the Wiener Dog fare on this trip? How was she doing? I mean, that must have been a lot for her. The puppy was out on the trip. But it's a perfect storm of things. And I think Starlight Cats, you've been able to get it as an add-on for a lot of campaigns, but it hasn't had its own campaign since Shane's first campaign in Comicsgate, period, which was with Starlight Cats. And so people are going to this new platform, and we're going to get to 20K, I think, in the next couple of days. Right now, if not today. And so, Matt, Addy was good too. Yeah, Addy had a good time on the trip. What is up, Strayer? How are you doing, my friend? Great to see you, man. It's been a minute. And there is Bearwolf. How are you doing, brother? We know who's greater than. You know it's true. You know it's true. Feathers are greater than dots, is what Bearwolf always says. And I support him. 100%. Yeah, the Wiener Dog is okay. That's what we love to hear. So, yeah, guys. Back Me Bro has just been doing great. Shane's at 18K right now. I know I did my part. I've been so excited about this platform. So it's more than backing a book. It's backing more spaces, and I think what is going to become a central hub for a lot of the stuff we're doing. For crowdfunding, where you know that we'll be there, you know that people aren't going to get canceled and pushed off the platform and all of that other sort of stuff when they launch a campaign, which has been nuts to see that kind of stuff. And it's over the last, and when we say that, guys, I know people have kind of minimized what that actually means to mean just these two people don't get on or this person doesn't get on with this person. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about people like Ethan being blacklisted and having his career and name ran through the mud. We're talking about having John and your boy Zach, Richard C. Meyer, kicked out of Antarctic Press, kicked off of Kickstarter by people who didn't want to see those campaigns happen. It has been, if you just got here in the last couple of years, a lot of you guys in the chat have been here for a while. It has been absolutely nuts. Stuff you can't believe and stuff I still can't believe that happens day to day. And we can't ever forget that just because we're in a better place in some ways than we've ever been. That it has been just a battle to worry about the luxury of just having to draw your books and have someone else lay them out, handle all of the details and the logistics of that. Yep. Yeah, exactly. 100%. I'm the same way. I'm the same way with him. Yeah, the wilderness, a man and his wiener. Life is good. That's right. That's a movie pitch. Yeah, Back Me Bro is going to be huge. I agree, Cursed Heart, 100%. Yeah, it's been great to see, and I can't overstate this, man. It's like, there was a viciousness that I think was there with what I think Mark Miller is beautifully dubbed cancel pigs, but it's the fantasy about just destroying people and taking away people's careers to the point where people were just in shock. Like, it was something that funny enough, a lot of the people doing it would often have said that was the thing that they were most against, was against, freedom of speech being stomped on and things like that. But there's a lot of places that people who aren't Comicsgate can go and crowdfund. There aren't a lot of places where people like us can go. And that's something that has been huge in the last couple of years, and Back Me Bro is an extension of that. So watching all of the stuff that Shane and Yanzi have been through, and the people who've gone after them, watching the stuff that John went through, and from the start, and just the craziness, and sticking to your guns. For the Fans Fest is an extension of that. If you haven't watched and weren't here for, or just dialed into what went down with C2E2, and Shane and John having their booth canceled there and having their money returned, and then John almost getting thrown out of that convention until the security guards were even like, this is preposterous, and watching John keep his head cool and saying, no, I'm still going to go to the convention because that's my right to attend a convention peacefully as an American. You can choose. You don't get to let me have a booth there even though it's sick and wrong. Those were things that are all a part of what we're celebrating this year. You guys get to go to a convention and meet us because people are doing a ton of work. You are doing a ton of work. You guys have been doing a ton of work to make Back Me Bro work. If you have not backed Starlight Cats on Back Me Bro, you gotta know somebody, especially yourself, because it's a great read, that you can go and back that book for. So check out that link below and make sure you back Shane Davis on Back Me Bro, because how well that book does and all the books on there do is going to affect me directly in terms of when I launch my books. So you can't sign up for Back Me Bro until you back a book, right? So that way it's a great way to prevent people from coming in, screwing around with stuff and then causing trouble. Only people who show up and are serious to go there and back books can sign up and become a member on Back Me Bro and form an account, I should say, register. You can't register and you can't do anything on this site unless you back something. So if you want to be on a site where you are surrounded only with people who put their money where their mouth is, Back Me Bro is the site to go to. And I would encourage all of you guys to go and back that book right now. And that's where that link is in the description. And yes, indeed, guys, also make sure you check out Lepresti Williams and Lawless present Barbaric Adventures, which is an anthology book by my brothers over there. And couldn't be more excited. Love seeing what Dan Lawless is doing for that. He did some killer artwork, which you saw on the trailer. But For the Fans Fest and Back Me Bro are just some incredible... I can't even overstate this. They're a place for us to be and a place for us to kind of get together and do this stuff and exercise our God-given right to be enthusiastic about the comics creators and the things that we love. And so it's great to be there. And I funded my first 2 art books on Indiegogo. I didn't even know who John Malin was when this happened, but I had been following things. What's up, Michelle Bowers? How are you doing? Happy Sunday to you. I hope you were doing well, my dear. I didn't even know John at all at this point. I didn't even back Jawbreakers. The first book I backed was Ethan CYBERFROG because I didn't know anybody. I was just there as a Star Wars fan and someone who collected comic books and drew comic books, but wasn't really plugged into what was going on at that point for the very reasons they were saying in all of the videos your boy Zach was talking about. And I still didn't want to go on Kickstarter, even though people were like, why are you launching on Indiegogo? And I said, no, because these guys that I'm watching on YouTube, they wouldn't allow one of these guys to go on there, and I don't like that. So I launched my 2 art books without any comic book or Comicsgate audience. And I had a big audience and still kind of do on Instagram, but it was bigger even then. And I funded 2 books on Instagram without Comicsgate. And when I came over to Comicsgate and launched Nosfero, even though nobody knew who I was and I was just getting to meet people, I didn't know anybody. That book with Comicsgate support became bigger than anything I had done on myself before, and it continues to be the same. Springball is doing really well thanks to John Malin's support and Shane Davis' support, Mandy Summers' support, Ethan Van Sciver's support, Ethan also launched, fresh off of dropping my kids off at college, the Second Chance Nosfero campaign. Those books look great. When my printer closed up their operations because of the lockdowns, they couldn't afford to continue, and I wanted to print in the United States, I reached out to Graham Nolan. Graham Nolan told me about his printer, and that is it. And that is why this book was printed where it was printed here in the States. It's a great job. And so there's something really beautiful that's happening here, and I think it's great. Any chance we get to celebrate it. Like Comicsgate Live tonight, There's going to be more celebrating going on of what Shane's doing, all the books, all the craziness of stuff going on. And it's been awesome. But this book would not exist without you guys. It wouldn't exist without Comicsgate. It's the same thing with Back Me Bro. It's the same thing with For the Fans Fest and everything that we're doing here. And I couldn't be more proud to be a part of it. And I couldn't be more proud to have gotten to know all of you guys. It's like a dream, man. Shadowhawk talks Headless. That's right. Headless is cracking us up. Oh my gosh. Barbaric Adventures is going to be great. Back Phenomenon number 3. River of Blood. Second Chance 2. Even if Patty Q. Oh, God. Headless is starting trouble in the chat, as always. There it is. Phenomenon number 3. River of Blood. Courtesy of Beowulf. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. So yeah, guys, I've got my box over there of Comicsgate books. And if you would do me the honor of backing whatever things you see me doing, whether it's Springball, Nosfero, and if you've missed out on Nosfero, I've got some great news for you guys. If you come to For the Fans Fest, Mrs. Andgetti and I are going to have a booth there, and we are going to have a table, I should say, a table there. I always forget what they are. I always call them booths, but it's a booth, table thing, whatever they're called. I'm going to have a booth there. And we're going to be selling Nosfero. It's not going to be for the price that it is on the Indiegogo campaign, but we'll try not to make it too painful. And you'll be able to get that autographed there, and it's going to be available at the con. Whatever we have extras of Nosfero is going to be there. So if you miss some of these books, some of them are very rare. We're going to have some books there to sell, as well as prints and other stuff there in case we run out of those. So if you've missed that opportunity, do. But all of that stuff goes with you guys going to forthefansfest.com and going to Back Me Bro, backing books, backing Springball. The link is the second link in my description after Shane Davis's Starlight Cats. Make sure. Yeah, I know it does. I'm sorry to do it, but I have to do it because I always like to show people how well these things are made, And like the bonus features alone, where you guys see the sketches. Table goes in the booth. That's right. There's a table inside the booth, says Matthew. And thank you again for the Fans Fest. ForTheFansFest.com. And there's also the campaign to get some really cool exclusive stuff. I'm working on my pinup for the pinup book, but this is what you guys are getting when you get one of my books. Springball is also going to have a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff in it. This is the stuff that you guys get. This is how much work went into Nosfero. The last page of the book shows you all of the paintings that were done for Nosfero the Cryptwalker, with, of course, the onwards and special thanks to my brothers in arms, always, of course, with appreciation. I better watch that other page there. Oh, Lordy. With appreciation for John Malin, Ethan Van Sciver, Shane Davis, Comicsgate, my fellow CG Kings, and, of course, all my different brothers from other mothers, Eric Weathers, Jack Asher, Werewolf, all the stuff I love, of Werewolf in London. It's like an American Werewolf in London, all the stuff I love, man. Like, there's been some really crazy stuff that's happened, and I'm so grateful to all of you guys, which is why we also have to have and all my backers always on that intro page, because you guys make this book happen. So thank you guys so much, man. That's right, man. Creating comics and art right there on Patreon. Vasilis Lolos, my Greek brother. Have fun, Shanth and Wifey. Really enjoy it. We're going to. And I'm going to enjoy meeting all of you guys who come down there. Listen, I think that the word is going to get out for the Fans Fest, because I don't think people have realized that Comicsgate and the stuff that we do here, we punch way above our weight, as they say. We are able to move campaigns and get things because our audience is motivated and they're really invested in what we've built here. And they get to know us on streams. It's not just about launching books. It's about talking to you guys and showing you guys the process, the behind the scenes, the ups and downs, and all of the craziness that goes on. This is our first real chance to all get together and say hello. I've never met, outside of streams, have I met anyone in Comicsgate in person? No, I haven't. For me, this is going to be my first time. I know Ethan's met Shane because they used to work at DC. I know Ethan's met John because John came out to Ethan's house and visited him. I don't think I've ever met anyone in Comicsgate in person. once, which is crazy because on some of them I've worked on books with them without knowing it. So yeah, it's going to be a wild time. Actually, I should say I'm going to meet Graham Nolan in Boston this summer in a couple of weeks, which is cool. So I can't wait. For the Fans Fest needs to be somewhere sunny. I hear you. I can't go up north in the fall on account of that all at once is, yeah, exactly. Freezing my nuts off 100%. It's not too bad in October, but I don't blame you, man. I'm just saying, I'm getting weaker with the heat as time goes on. It's been a long time since Tennessee, man. Been a long time since Tennessee. But yeah, I can't tell you guys how excited I am about the convention, about Back Me Bro, and all this stuff we're doing. I'm working on head sketches right now, and of course, I'm waiting for those new Nosfero copies to come in. I give you guys a nice glimpse of one of the head sketches. The next one I'm doing, which is, I'll make it if I can, if not the next one for sure. Awesome, Shadowhawk Talks. Love to see you there, man. Love to see you there. You know, Past Master Dan saying aloha. Good to see you guys here in the chat, man. So yeah, so this is the thing for me, right? So the next sketch I'm doing, and I'm just trying to figure it out right now, is one of the head sketch backers on Nosfero wants me to do a Frankenstein's monster. So I'm kind of trying to explore what I would do. Understood, Michelle Bowers. Understood, yeah. Next year's for the Fan Fest should be on the West Coast. Oh my God, I don't know if I'll be able to make it if it's on the West Coast. Because we're going to be driving down to get to this one, which will be great. But you know what, guys? We'll cross that bridge when it gets there. What's up, Glass Machine? Great to see you, brother. How are you doing? But yeah, I mean, I will tell you, even though I've been run down because of all this stupid medical stuff, yes, it totally does. Like right now. So here's the crazy thing about it, Timmy. There's this guy who I follow who is he's a model kit and statue customizer. He's so good. His name is Rafael Robledo. And he is, if you know him, he's big in the horror circle. So he knows people like, he owns original Rick Bakers. He does a lot of custom work. He's friends with all of these guys. And he does a lot of videos. Lately, he's had his grandson in some of the videos. He's a terrific dude. And someone hired him to do a custom Frankenstein bust build-up. And he actually got custom casting teeth. And I think they were acrylic teeth, come to think of it. And he dremeled out the mouth. Yeah, getting from Cali to Jersey is rough. Yeah, I understand, Blackjack, 100%. Oh, dude, definitely should make it into a horror mask. Yeah, oh my God, yeah. Yeah. Ah, so true, man. So true. And so he did this thing where he bought acrylic teeth, and he went and he dremeled out the mouth, and then he inset the teeth, and it was the coolest look. And so now whenever I'm doing a Frankenstein painting, more than I ever did with Karloff, even though it is a feature of the Karloff design, I may put this sketch up for sale if somebody wants to get it. I'll see where it goes, if it turns into something here, but it's I really was thinking about just the teeth and like how those like little teeth coming out of that corpse-like body is such a creepy thing, man. So what I was playing with at first is I wanted to have there be this like fire and stuff coming out of here that's going to be the windmill. I'm not sure where I'm going to put the windmill, but I wanted to have like a ghost image of the windmill in there. I wanted to put Frankenstein's wife, were they married yet? I don't even know at that point. I wanted to have Mae Clark coming into frame here. So I'm trying to do a lot of crazy things like that. For the Fans Fest is in Jersey to make things easier on Ethan and his family. Yeah, absolutely. They got so much going on. And let me tell you this, though. Matthew, and before I should have asked him before he left. This is the thing. We got to talk about it. Oh, gosh. Don't talk about Southern food, Cursed Art Creations. I'm getting hungry right now. Guys, let me tell you this right now. My favorite food, period. No exceptions. No caveats. Let me take a minute for this. I love chicken fried steak. Or country fried steak if you were getting it back at Po Folks back in the day. If you don't know what Po Folks is, I can't help you. Po Folks was like, if I did something good as a kid, Po Folks was my reward, okay? Chicken fried steak, or country fried steak as we called it, sawmill gravy, mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, and a biscuit is my favorite food in the world. And thank God we got ourselves up here not long ago a Texas Roadhouse, because it's not the same thing as a Southern country fried steak or chicken fried steak up here, but it is better than nothing, because Chili's used to have a country fried steak on their menu, and when they took it off the menu, that was the last time I could get one up here, and that was a decade ago or so, maybe more. And I actually wrote Chili's and was like, what are you doing? It was so sad, man. I was so sad about it. Oh, country fried steak is good stuff, man. My mouth is like watering thinking about country fried steak. There's this guy, you guys all know him. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. Yeah, chicken fried steak is fantastic with gravy. It's my favorite breakfast. Yes, it's great for everything. Breakfast, late night, dinner, it's lunch. It's always good. But there's a guy. Who's the guy who has the old school wagon, who does all kinds of country food cooking and fixins? But he did a great country fried steak cooking tutorial, and it was, oh god, it looked good, man. It's time for your channel to start a cooking with the food I make would be diabolical. My cooking show would be me eating the food, man. Yeah, I've done that when I really don't like a product. Yeah, try chicken fried steak with pork rind. Oh, man, that all sounds good, man. Curstar, you should come and see it. You are making me hungry. I'm sorry. So this is just a warm-up sketch or a painting I'm doing to warm up for a head sketch for Frankenstein. And if you want to, just reach out to me in DMs if you want to buy it, if it turns into something good when I'm done. It won't be probably done today because I'm still recovering from this dang biopsy I got. But I know you were wanting a Frankenstein piece. So I'll definitely, if I get to a place on it where I'm satisfied with it, you get first dibs on it, Lloyd, if you want it. Yeah, chicken fried steak with green beans, mashed potatoes. Guys, seriously, I know this stuff isn't good for you. It's so good for you, though. Do you know what I'm saying? It is so good. Oy vey. Yeah. Oh, Kent Rollins, there you go. You got it. Great YouTube cooking channel. Yeah, I could watch that dude cooks all of the stuff I miss from home. And I miss chicken fried steak. And Mandy Summers makes country fried steak, chicken fried steak as well, I think. Yeah, snouts and trotters with Sean Fichetti. Dude, you'd be shocked, man. You would be shocked. Like, this is the thing, right? I can't overstate this, all right? You know Mrs. Angetti loves me because she has watched me eat chicken fried steak. Because watching me eat chicken fried steak is like watching something primordial happen. And I just love it so much, man. Yeah, it just took, those biopsy, I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal, man, but it just took the wind out of me sails for a week, you know, and I've just been kind of like, because my system is like, what are you doing, man? But yes, indeed, when For the Fans Fest is all over, Scribe and I are going to do a CG kitchen, for a show. That would be great, man. Yeah, guys, I cannot wait to go get a steak. You have to eat 7 salads to balance out chicken fried steak. I think you need to eat more than that, man. But what if that salad, hear me out, has a chicken fried steak over the top of it? I'm getting so hungry talking about this. I'm excited. Mrs. Angetti said she's going to cook dinner when she gets home, and I cannot wait because, Mrs. Angetti is a very good cook, and I love, thank God. That's all I'm going to say. Thank God one of us can cook, because I can't cook for beans. I'm much more of a, if you got, like, I don't know, if you need me to, like, get rid of something or demolish something or, like, get something cleaned out from scratch. Like, I was at when my boxing coach back in the day was opening his new gym. I was there till 2 a.m. painting walls, helping him, like, paint the floors in there. Like, that's the kind of work I do. I'm much more of a laborer in that way. But, yeah, as long as it's in a salad, right, it can't be bad. Right? Personally, oh, yeah, T-bone, man. Whoa. T-bone is my favorite. I can eat it with baked potatoes. Mrs. Angetti introduced me to baked potatoes, too. Anything you can put butter on is going to be good. Shanth, do you... where'd it go? Oh, Shanth, do you ever pencil layouts? Sometimes I do, yeah. Or do you just go straight in with a brush on the page? So, yes, sometimes I pencil. I don't think I did any penciling for this because here's what I'd say about that. And that's a great question. My whole thing is, cubes. Oh, God, guys, you're killing me. Yep. Shanth, it's just cubed steak marinated in buttermilk, which I also love. I love buttermilk, man. How did I ever move out of the South? I'm telling you what, guys. It's God has a plan. You just don't ask questions. You just show up where you're supposed to show up, right? And it'll all make sense. Yeah, now I'm going to the grocery store. I'm so hungry. Never go. Yeah, don't go to the grocery store hungry. It happens. But yeah, I love buttermilk. Is so great, man. I used to drink buttermilk and just so nice with something salty at the end of the day. You know, gotta love it. So. Oh, now I'm getting really hungry. But, yes. So, here's the thing I always tell people about paint. Most people get stressed out whenever they go to paint. And I always say this. You can sketch in watercolor and gouache. If you know you can work opaque over it, you absolutely can work in it. And so, I always say that when I'm working, I don't worry as much about sketching if I know that I can change it and I can correct it and I can make it work if I have to. And so for something like this, I view this as a sketch phase because what I want to do is I want to find the poetry in the sketch, and I love working in pencil. I have done pencils. I got to color in college, so much later. I was not someone who was a natural painter. I mean, I didn't even understand painting. But for me now, to get the kind of poetry into something and understand it, I have to kind of sketch into it with paint. And that's what you'll see me doing. You know, it's just, there's this, I don't know how to describe it, but there's this kind of weird alchemical process to painting. And there we go. Like I just got into it while talking. Whenever you watch that, you've probably seen me do that before on streams. But when I talk about it, I go into it. Like I'll just disappear into the painting whenever I talk about the process because I was so, guys, I can't say this enough. I was so afraid of painting for so long. And it was because I was working against the paint and the process. I was trying to make painting drawing, and I was trying to control the paint. And as tight as my stuff is, my drawing got better and my painting got tighter when I just freed up the anxiety to just observe the subjects I was looking at and to look at the work itself. And when I get a job that I'm like really, that's what I'm looking for, really excited about, or I want to do a really great job on, like the CYBERFROG trading card job, or anything. I'm trying to think of some of the crazy things I've worked on. When I did concept art for DreamWorks Consumer Products on how to train your dragon, right? You've got Chris Sanders and Dean DeBlois directing, who did Lilo and Stitch, which I really respect as a movie. I just thought it was beautifully drawn with watercolor backgrounds. You've got Nico Marley, one of the greatest concept artists of all time, whose work that we're supposed to be referencing. And it took me a couple of sketches to get loose enough to dial into it. And I think I did some of my favorite... I kicked ass on that job. I don't mind saying it. I did a couple of dragon designs that I think people were just like, wow, that's really good. And I did the same thing. I did concept art for Monsters vs. Aliens. And I designed a really cool character for that for consumer products on that. And I don't know if it ever turned into anything, but it really should be a movie. It was that great of a design. Really good stuff. And concept art's really fun work. to do, you know? It's just, but you have to be able to both draw and paint, and you have to be able to hit the flavor of what it is. Yeah. It was really well animated. It was the first time they did watercolor backgrounds since Dumbo, I think it was, which is crazy. It's just a beautiful, beautiful book. Yeah, it's the fear of failure as the story goes. Yeah, get past that, and mountains literally can be painted. You're right. You're right. Couldn't say it any better. I mean, if I thought for a second about how complicated it was to do as many paintings as I did for Nosfero, because not only is it 33 pages, but on every single page, every panel is a painting that kind of has to work on its own and with the others. If I had thought about that, I would have never been able to jump off that leap of faith and do it. But then again, I was fortunate. I had Comicsgate. I had all of you guys backing and supporting me on everything I do. It's the same thing with Springball. That's why I bring Springball back. You know, it's you guys. The customer is always right in matters of taste. That is the full quote, and it is a true quote. Again, I always laugh when people say the customer is always right, because if you've ever worked in sales, and I worked in a movie theater once, how can the customer always be right when you have two customers fighting over who was first in line? It doesn't even make sense. I was like, how does that work? Like, both customers can't be right in that situation. They're both like, I was first, and they're about to get into it. You have to figure out a way to calm that stuff down. But anyway, but the customer is always right in matters of taste means, and what's so great about that, oh my God, you didn't just bring that in here, Simply Green. I know. Let's just say I know some people who live in that world, and amen. Phantasmagorical coming in with a $2 super chat and saying, hey, it's great to see you, Phantasmagorical. Let me get you some cheerleaders so we can celebrate these super chats. Here you go.
Charge! Charge!
There you go. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the super chat. I promise to put it to some brushes, and great to have you with us. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I think, gosh, when I see some of the stuff Ethan's doing, and Dale's doing, and John's doing, and Shane's doing, and Eric's done with Battle Brick Road, and I mean, there's so many people. Andy Smith has done. Gosh, Graham Nolan is just doing some crazy cool stuff. Yeah, sales are 100% that. Yeah. And it's but yeah, tech sales, man. Yes. I take a lot of calls from people to kind of like decompress after work, because I always joke that I'm the goat in my family and everywhere I go, and goat has both a positive slang meaning and a negative slang meaning, but the way I mean it is that this guy I knew, who was a terrific guy actually as a career, I think he works with people who've been through some serious stuff now, but a guy named Martin Hummings. He had an identical twin brother named Marcus, funny enough, and we were in class, and those guys didn't make it easy on us. But Martin Hummings once explained to the class when I was growing up in Chattanooga, he goes, you know the expression, get your goat, where it comes from? And we were like, where? He said, back in the day, what people used to do, because horses, when they would travel to racing horses, they'd get nervous if they were left alone in the stable. So what they started doing is they started putting goats in with the horses, because it was an animal that was compatible with it. It was easy to travel with, didn't take as much space up, and it would keep the horse calm the night before a race. What's up, JD Kirby? How are you doing, Sean? Bent over. You gotta love it, man. Sometimes you gotta. Great to see you, JD Kirby, the Dark Overlord. And so they put put the goat in the stable to keep the horses calm. So a lot of people, it's a lot to deal with people with tech stuff. I mean, my God. So they put the goat in there, and I always say that when my wife is stressed out or my daughter was stressed out, I would say it's cracking him up, man. I knew that one, man. I went to an all-boys school. You got to say it. I refuse. It instantly takes me back to the bar in The Simpsons. You know, I just love that, man. That just cracked us up. Thank you. Great self-portrait, says Hong Kong Fooey. She forgot the glasses and beard. Yeah, that and a few other things. This is a little bit more handsome than I am, I think, at this point, man. I tell you what, I'm feeling it. But oh gosh, what was I talking about? But yeah, so I've never understood the idea of someone coming into a comic book shop or a movie theater when I was working in a movie theater and saying, I want to see this movie, and telling somebody you don't want to see that movie. The customer is always right in matters of taste. If someone wants to back your books, support your books, man, like, let them do it. And if somebody wants to back and support a comic book and they're into it, don't argue with them over their taste. If they like it, they like it. You can sell them your stuff without saying, I don't like that other stuff you like, if they're into it. Like, I have this friend of mine since college. He was a groomsman at my wedding, and not the groomsman you guys know, not Rocky, but my friend Arvin, who's also on YouTube. His YouTube channel is Comics Rant with an X, Comics with an X Rant. And he does art, he reviews comics, he does all kinds of cool stuff. Great guy. And he is a massive Superman fan. And he loves anything Superman. He is the biggest Superman fan you're ever going to meet, right? Biggest Superman fan you're ever going to meet. And that's such a great one. Trash Can Conductor, that is absolutely great. It's totally true. These aren't the books. You're 100% right. And so he's someone, you always will see him in my stuff. Like, so when you get Nosfero, which again, I should have the fixed versions or the non-damaged versions to replace the one so I can finish the packing of the ones I have. Oh, this is a book that got discarded because the scratches on the inside back pages, by the way. So that's how carefully I go through these books. But whenever you see the people that I'm thanking in the back of my book after John and all those cats, you'll see Rocky and Arvin. So Arvin is the guy I'm talking about here. But when Man of Steel came out, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but you got to understand, man, he's a hardcore dyed-in-the-wool Superman fan. And it really bothered him because he just loves everything Superman. And I called him up, and he was arguing with people on Facebook or the internet at that point. I can't remember where it was. But he was also just feeling kind of down. He was like making posts like he's like going, I really enjoyed that movie and I just love Superman. And I sent him a message. I actually texted him and I said, dude, let me tell you something, man. Cinematic scratches, you ain't kidding, man. I think of that stuff sometimes, Endless Bourgeoisie, you ain't kidding, man. And I said, dude, when I saw that movie, the only person in the world I wanted to enjoy that movie is you, dude. And if you enjoyed that movie, then I'm glad it exists and I'm happy for you. Because he's like one of those guys, he's the purest Superman fan. It's the same thing, funny enough, with John Malin and the new Superman movie. Like, some people, like, if you're a hardcore fan of that kind of stuff, you know, I want people who like the thing to enjoy it. I want Batman fans to enjoy the Batman movies, you know, and I guess, and there are movies, like, for me, The Rocketeer is, like, one of my movies, and I don't know if I can love a bad Rocketeer adaptation if, you know, one were to say that would happen. But I love The Rocketeer, and I just won't hear anything else about it. I love Blade. Those movies are big for me. Love Blade. Love it. You guys know this. Dave Stevens was so nice to me when I met him at a convention. He was very complimentary about my work when I was a young artist, and he was such a great dude. But I've got his Rocketeer movie poster he did back there because I'm a huge Rocketeer fan. My son, one of the first movies we watched together was the opening scene of The Rocketeer where the GB takes off for the first time, which was made up here in Springfield, Mass. Those planes, the Granville brothers who made the GBs. And I got him at GB Toys. We went to go see the GB at this Connecticut Air Museum where they have all these incredible planes there. So I love all that stuff. And so for me, when I'm doing a book like Nosfero and doing a fully painted comic book, I want it to be the kind of book that people who are fans of this kind of comic get, oh yeah, man, there are certain people I'm so sad I never got to really meet and interact with. Thank God Dave Stevens isn't on that list. Because Dave Stevens was just such a hero of mine. He just expanded my world as an artist, and I'm so grateful to him, man. But yeah, he would have been a better Jason Todd. Oh, wow, there you go, right there. Robert Pattinson. You were actually kind of right. Yeah, I think Robert Pattinson is a great Batman, but wasn't a good Bruce Wayne. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen those movies yet. The movie that I think most people were worried I was going to like, there was 2 movies people were worried I was going to like because I love these things so much. One of them was Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, which I really liked. I enjoyed that movie. But the movie I loved that people were really worried about was whether I was going to like Nosferatu. And I think Mrs. Zangetti was kind of like, she didn't hate it, but she was like, it's all right. It was like a little dark for her, like grim in terms of how it was done. You know what? 100%. Absolutely underrated movie. I own that flick on Blu-ray. Yes. Love The Shadow with Alec Baldwin. Love The Rocketeer. And love The Phantom with Billy Zane. I have all 3 of those. Love those movies. Saw all of those in the theater. Great movies. Oh, I just recently watched the 1943 Batman movie. It was awful. Yeah, it was what it was. Yeah. But you know what? The Shadow, I forget which Shadow movie it is, where he wears the black cloth over his mouth. And it's the one where they have all that crazy technology and the device. That was a great Shadow serial back in the day. But I forget who, there were so many. I forget who the guy was who was in that one. Pattinson Batman was good, just way too long. Yeah. Batman needs to be more of a 45-year-old man with a 25-year-old's face. Wow, that's a really good point. That's great. Jonathan JDR, did you ever watch Dracula, A Love Tale? Which one is that one? Oh, it came out last year. No, I haven't, but it's on my list, Beowulf. You suggested that to me before. That's the one directed by Luc Besson. Am I right? Yeah, I'm hearing good like, I know it wasn't, like, a lot of people didn't love it. They thought it was melodramatic or this, that. But I love Dracula stuff, so I'll check it out. I bet I'll probably enjoy it. Oh, it's free on Tubi. I've got to check that out then. Awesome. Yeah, Eggers movies are great. Yeah, really love that. Hope he sticks the landing on Werewolf. Yeah, Alec Baldwin. Yeah, I know. He was a great Shadow in that. They had a lot of great elements in that. Yep. I saw Steve Rude's drawing of the creature from the Black Lagoon, and oh, jeez. Thank you, Comic Books and Cahoots. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, Steve Rude's a legend. Does such great stuff. The Shadow, The Rocketeer, and The Phantom, triple threat at the movies. Those were such great flicks. They were really good comic book movies. That's an underrated decade in some ways for the quality of the stuff, because people were getting used to the idea of it. But if you look at Batman 1989, and then after that, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie in 1990, The Shadow, The Phantom, The Rocketeer, those were some great flicks. Sean, can you and John watch a whole movie on Rumble? That would be fun. And do and commentate. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I should talk to John about that. We've talked about it before, but that could be really cool to do that on Rumble. That's a great idea. I want y'all to sit through 3.5 hours of the 43 Batman. Oh my God. Let's pause for a minute there to think about that. Can you imagine how long, if we take that long to get through a trailer? Oh my Lord. We'd never get through it, would we? That would be diabolical. Yeah, TMNT 1 is my favorite comic book movie. It's a great movie. Such beautiful stuff in it, man. Really is a great movie. Yeah, I would love to do that. That would be fun. Yeah, The Phantom was cheesy on purpose to get that pulp feel. It was, and is misunderstood. Agreed. I also loved the gal they got for that, by the way. For the lead actress in it. She did a great job in that role. I think she's kind of underrated because the idea of the Phantom having to find his wife, which they do, and the carrying on of the mantle and the ghost who walks is so great. Yeah, I know. I I actually am thinking of looking at a movie for a pizza live stream. I am. I'm not going to tell you what the movie is, but I think I'm going to have to come back to do a special one for sure. We got to do it, yeah. If you guys do a Rumble movie, I want to be on stream. There you go. Yeah, well, then we'll never finish, so you may want to think about that before you agree to it. Shane won't probably be like, run! But yeah, we always have fun when we're together. Yes, I did see a movie, Cursed Art, and I'm like, I got to just make sure, I got to look at it, and I got to do some building on it just to see. But yeah, I know. I miss Pizza Live too. I think about it a lot. More than you guys. Christy Swanson, thank you. Christy Swanson. Yeah, she was great in that movie. She had the classic beauty thing and the 1940s clothes. I thought she looked fantastic in that. But yeah, guys, all right, so we're at 2 hours. My voice is going. I'm still like recovering from this dang thing, as you guys can see. But I'm all set. I'm okay. It's just gonna have its ups and downs, and gonna do what we do. But we're still gonna come in here and stream. So let me first of all say thank you guys so much for being here. I've missed you guys. Just been dealing with this stuff and getting my energy back, spending time with the family. I know it's been really stressful for Mrs. Ingetti, but I could not be more grateful for you guys and more excited to get Nosfero out there. Excited for Back Me Bro and everything Shane's doing. Excited for Hard Art, the stuff we're doing over there in Comicsgate Live tonight on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Dark, man. I just got that on 4K and Blu-ray. Christopher, I'm telling you, man, Boombots, it's great to see you too, brother. Wonderful to have you here, my friend. Bless you. I appreciate it. And yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones for sure in The Phantom was something else. But yeah, I absolutely... Darkman, I just got the Shout Factory release with all the bonus features. Anyone who couldn't see how great Sam Raimi would be at a dark hero thing, and that exists because I think they couldn't he lost out on the ability to do The Shadow, which I love The Shadow movie, but holy cow, man, I would love to see Sam Raimi direct The Shadow as a movie. How cool would that be? Yes. Guys, there's the link. Thank you so much, Glass Machine. Watch Comicsgate Live tonight on EVS's channel, starting live at 7 p.m. There's the YouTube link right there. It's already up, guys. I'm going to go rest up, get some food with Mrs. Ingetti, and I want to thank you guys for being here. From the heart of Lovecraft Country and the birthplace of American religious liberty, my name is Sean Ingetti. You've been watching Sean Ingetti Art. Speak easy, stay gold, keep the faith, and peace be with you guys on this fine Sunday. Give nihilism no quarter. I will see all of you guys soon. Sorry, Corey Landis, I got to wrap up. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. And if you're a channel member, your name will be in the credits. Thank you, Timmy Mello, brother. Much love. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you, Mike Wilson Art. God bless you guys. I appreciate you. Have you considered doing a doom scrolling type show? I'd watch the hell out of it. That would be hilarious. Making fun of shorts. It'd be fun to do with Shane, too, because Shane is great at that stuff, man. I tell you what. Thank you guys so much. Do check out Springball. Check out Back Me Bro and Shane Davis. Peace as well, guys. Thank you so much. Peace and chicken grease. Amen. Amen. Thank you, guys. They wouldn't let him make The Shadow for 10 years. Yep, 100%. Yes, indeed, guys. Thank you, Cranberry Landers. God bless you guys. I'll see you soon. You guys can see I'm fading here. I appreciate you guys. Shane's algorithm is dark. You're right, Cursed Art. It is dark. All right, guys. Here are the credits for all you awesome channel members. God bless you. Thank you, Admiral Wackass. Thank you for being a channel member. Number 2 on the channel members list in seniority, man. You guys have been here forever, which is why we always do that list in order of seniority. So move up those ranks. Become a channel member today. It is great to see you guys. Peace out. Have a great weekend. Indeed, guys. Take care. I will see you guys very, very soon. All right. Take care. Bye, guys.
You now enter the domain of paint and canvas. The only limits are those of the imagination. You now enter the domain of paint and canvas. The only limits are those of the imagination. New possibilities will emerge with every brushstroke, and the paint thickens.